Welcome to Straddled Events. Please like, subscribe, share the videos, and donate to the channel. It will really be appreciated. Thank you. Breaking news. This just in. The three men that hunted down Ahmaud Arbery and killed him in broad daylight for jogging through a neighborhood have all been found guilty. Travis McMichael, guilty on all 9 accounts. Gregory McMichael, his father, guilty on 8 accounts except for malice murder. William Roddy Bryan, their neighbor in crime, is guilty on 6 accounts, as they should be. Newsflash, this is 2021. This is not slavery, where you are hunting down people and noosing them and dragging them and killing them in cold blood. Nobody's putting up with that bullshit anymore. You thought because you had 11 white jurors and 1 black juror that would sway the jurors. But as you can see, it did not work. Because I know some excellent, good white people that do not think anything about hunting down and killing some black person like they're a damn animal. So enjoy your stay at the resort. I hope they give you the maximum sentence for this crime. And I'm just going to say this again. As far as I am concerned, I wish that we could have the God from the Old Testament that would automatically strike your ass down behind some stuff like this. That's what I wish. Nobody's putting up with this nonsense. This is craziness. Did you really think you were going to get away with killing an unarmed black man because he was jogging through the damn neighborhood that you don't own? You don't own a damn thing. You do not own the land in the United States. You stole it from the Indians. They were there in the United States and in Mexico. If anybody can say, go back to your country, it will be you, because all of you came from Europe. That's the reality of that. When you die and you go straight to hell, you can't take nothing with you, not even your own damn flesh and your skin that's on your body. So enjoy your stay at the wonderful resort. This was nothing other than the act of 3 selfish men that think that they own the damn neighborhood doing evil. This is nothing but a satanic attack. That's all this is. Y'all need to get y'all shit together out there and do better. This makes no sense whatsoever. There is good and there is bad. There is good and there is evil. And this shit here was straight up evil. Do better next time. Damn.
As are we. The verdict is about to be read. Here's Whit Johnson.
For chasing, shooting, and killing Arbery while he was jogging through their neighborhood in Brunswick, Georgia. The judge has called the jury back into the courtroom. Let's go ahead and listen in. You can see there everybody's just getting set. The judge in place. That there is the defense. Several of the defendants in place there. Once again, the jury is made up of 11 white members, 1 black juror. Earlier this morning, they did ask to see some videos, 2 videos, in fact, and hear the 911 call from the scene. The defense has claimed Gregory and Travis McMichael and William Roddy Bryan were trying to make a citizen's arrest after Arbery was seen at a home construction site, even though he was unarmed and nothing was taken. They also claim self-defense, the prosecution blasting that argument, telling the jury, quote, "You can't start it," and claim self-defense, and they started this. The men are each facing 9 charges, including felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. The trial featuring graphic images of Arbery being shot and pictures of his wounded body. At times, the images too much for his mother and father, forcing them to cover their eyes or leave the courtroom. Once again, we are listening right now. Judge Timothy Walmsley has called everybody into the courtroom here, and we're standing by. Let's see if we can bring in Steve Osunsami, our senior national correspondent, who's been following this story from the very beginning. Steve, as we're waiting for the judge to address the courtroom there, this morning we did see those requests from the jurors to look at 2 video clips and the 911 call. This was the first request that we had heard from the jury. Talk about the significance of that.
All right,
well, you know, there were a lot of people looking at the tea leaves here about what that possibly meant. I can tell you with the 911 call that the person who was on that call was Gregory McMichael, the father, and he was calling police. You hear him in the background yelling at Ahmaud Arbery to stop. In that call, if you're really trying to look into it to discern what the jury might be thinking, it's clear that they were focusing on that call on the actions of the father and how he was responding to Ahmaud Arbery. The defense has claimed that they just wanted to know what he was up to, what was going on, but the tone in that call told an entirely different story. It was much more hostile than that.
And Steve, stand by. We're listening in here. Judge Timothy Walmsley, there we saw the defendant standing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and let's
welcome
listen.
Back. Madam Foreperson, I understand you have reached a verdict as to each defendant.
We have, Your Honor.
Could you please hand your verdict forms to the sheriff? All right, I'm going to go ahead and address each one of these verdict forms separately. The first verdict form I have is the State of Georgia versus Travis McMichael. Mr. McMichael, please stand. Verdict is as follows. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, State of Georgia, the State of Georgia versus Travis McMichael, case number CR 000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. I'm going to ask that whoever just made an outburst be removed from the court, please. As this court has indicated, I ask that there be no outbursts in the court, and I expect as much from the gallery. Please respect the court's desire for this as we move forward. If you feel like you need to make a comment or otherwise demonstrate with respect to the verdict, I do ask that you step out of the courtroom now. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Dated this 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the foreperson. Have a seat. As to Gregory McMichael. In the Superior Court of Glynn County, the state of Georgia versus Greg McMichael, case number CR20000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. This 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the foreperson. As to William R. Bryan. In the Superior Court of Glynn County, state of Georgia versus William R. Bryan, case number CR20000433, jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Signed this 24th day of November by the foreperson. Go ahead, have a seat. Court having read the verdicts and accepted the verdicts, anything from the state?
No, Your Honor, nothing from the state.
Anything from the defense?
We ask the jury be polled, Your Honor.
All defendants ask the jury be polled? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask each of you individually a set of 2 questions with respect to the verdicts that I have just read. If you could please respond when you hear your juror number. Juror number 1, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
Juror number 2, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
I can't. Okay, 2. Juror number 3, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes.
Juror number 4, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
Juror number 5, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 7, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 8, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 9, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 10, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 11, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 12, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And juror 16, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
The jury has been polled. Anything further from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
From Greg McMichael?
No, Your Honor.
From Mr. Bryan?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what that means with the court having accepted your verdict is that your role in this case is now at an end. What we're going to do today is I'm going to have all of you, the panel and the three alternates, go ahead and retire into the jury room. I'm going to address a couple matters logistically with you in the jury room once we get done here. But before we do that, and before I excuse you, I do want to thank you publicly for your service here in Glynn County. It has been a long trial, and I appreciate the fact that you have been attentive. You've listened to the evidence, and that is what we ask in this court. It's a very simple ask in a very complex way, so it's appreciated. When we all got together, I say we all got together, when we got together at different times, I said that I was going to thank you a number of times and how I was going to tell you I do truly appreciate your time here. Hopefully you understand why I said that when we started. I do also hope that you got a little bit of an insight into what goes on in a trial and maybe understand a little bit more of how important it is for members of our community to come down and be part of this process and serve as jurors in this community. So again, thank you for that service. And I'll come address you all in just a moment. You're excused.
All right, for the jury.
And if you're just joining us right now, that was Judge Timothy Walmsley reading the verdicts there in the trial in the case of Ahmaud Arbery, the three defendants, Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan, to some degree guilty in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Now, it's complicated here. You see the 9 different charges for each defendant. Travis McMichael found guilty on all charges, ranging from malice murder, the most serious, down to aggravated assault and false imprisonment. His father, Gregory McMichael, found not guilty of malice murder, but guilty on the rest of the counts. And then you saw William Roddy Bryan. He's the man who recorded that video. He's the man who was following in that other vehicle, found not guilty on malice murder, felony murder, and there was another one in there as well. But it's a variety of charges. The bottom line here, in this case of Ahmaud Arbery, this case that was heard across the country, these men were found guilty to some degree involved in his killing.